Hello friend, welcome back to my channel. Today we will discuss about this AMI Wi-Fi router, that the AMI Wi-Fi router which is available in market price of 999 rupees. So I did select this as my own router for my home, and I'm using this particular router for quite a few days. So let me show you what is this router all about. I'm talking right now AMI router on website, and here it is. So I'm talking about this router, this particular router. I have purchased it. It's been 4 days now. I'm using it, right? So as you can go through the website, you will find multiple intelligent options are available with this particular router, and you might not be found with an ordinary router. So this is really good to purchase or to have a Wi-Fi router. Okay, so this Wi-Fi router is already installed. I'm going to quickly access this router right now. This is actually web tutorial. I'm going to access this router right now, and I will show you that what all option it offers you to control. So ideally it has the IP address like 192.168.31.1. This is actually the gateway IP address, and this is actually manageable IP address for this particular router. Let me access this. It will ask you the quick password. So whatever the password you have been given, or if it is a default password, then we'll enter the default password. So let me enter my own password, whatever I have, and let me log in now. Okay, so this is the first page of interface. Once you are connected, it will show you multiple options. So in beginning, you can say this is a device details. So how many devices are connected right now? You can click here and to see that what all devices are right now connected. So you can see that this is my laptop, the current laptop to which I am connected. I'm connected for last 1 hour 47 minutes. This is the IP address, and this is the MAC address of this particular router. And what very good feature is given here, like you can disable the internet connectivity by clicking on this particular radio button, and it will disable that particular device to access the internet. So here are multiple devices which I am connected to. This is Android phone, this is Chromecast, iPhone, and these are the 5 devices right now I'm connected. I can click on this button and I can disable the internet connectivity right away. Let's quickly check right now so that is it working or not. This is my home laptop. Let me disconnect the internet. But all right, so by disconnecting this internet, I will be disconnected to access this laptop, access this device. So it's not good idea to disconnect right now, but yes. Second option, let's come back again to the home. Second, this is about your router. So whatever the configurations it has, it will show you, like, and so it shows just below now. It is already activated. This is actually Wi-Fi router model number. This is stable, this version. This is actually MAC address and blah blah blah. Now this is very important feature it has. It shows current traffic. What are the traffic it is streaming from internet. Okay, so it is upward from this particular interface. These are the devices, and which of the devices consuming most bandwidth. It shows like this. So this is my home laptop. It is consuming more bandwidth right now. Okay, and again the second device, which is Redmi 3S. This is another mobile phone which is consuming the bandwidth around 37%, right? Okay, and a good feature here is a CPU usage. So CPU, whatever the CPU uses of particular router, you will not find these options in an ordinary routers from market with this less price. And again, this is storage. So whatever the storage, it has total 64 MB of storage, that likes RAM, DDR2 RAM, and it is consuming up to 37% right now. So I can see this router is performing really well. In case of anything goes wrong with the router, either CPU or the storage will go 100%. When the bandwidth utilization, it's up to you that how you use your bandwidth. Internet, so click here. You can see that what are the internet IP addresses and all. Okay, what is the speed it is coming out now right now. So it's a 25 Mbps speed, and it's showing. You can retest again. You don't need to go to any external website to test the internet speed. You can go to your router interface, and you can check that the speed and all. Okay, so it's completed now. It's showing like so 25 MB of upload speed and almost 19 MB of download speed. So it's quite correct because I have the internet pipe which is 25 MB of capacity has. So sometimes it goes low as well, especially in the evening time. So currently we were reviewing about this status. Now let's go to the setting page, and within setting you will find multiple options are here. Okay, so first one is the Wi-Fi status. So this is actually your Wi-Fi status, whatever the Wi-Fi status it has. So this is the name. So searching is the name I have kept for my router, and this is the password actually, whatever the password enable. This is SSID password. This is password what used to be asked in the very beginning when you connect to the Wi-Fi router. And there is a very good feature given by this particular router. There is a guest Wi-Fi also. So if you want, you can create another guest SSID with a different name and with different password. And the good feature is like the person connected to this particular Wi-Fi will not be able to communicate to this this network. So it will really give you a very cool features, and it will be blocking the any guest who wants to access something from your LAN will not be able to access that. And again, that the guest, whoever is guest is connected, will not be able to do any changes with the router configurations. Even they will not able to access the router. Okay, so last option is the coverage. So coverage like okay, these are the countries it's showing. So currently I'm in India, so I've been selected India only. Okay, the next option is network setting. Under network setting, okay, it shows like what are the configuration has been given. So this is actually my internet configurations. This is the IP address and details given by internet provider. Network configurations, you can go and change here itself. So you might have some static IP addresses given by your service provider, so you can change it here, right? One very cool feature has been given sometimes that the service provider used to bind up your MAC address. In that case, you can do one thing. You can find out the old MAC address and you can clone it here. So the router interface will be acting like that the older MAC address, whatever configured with your old device. So this is again a good feature sometimes, and I really find it very useful because my service provider bind my MAC addresses, and I cannot go each and every time to ask them to change it. So this MAC address earlier I was using with my PC when I do not have right router. So I had cloned it and I used it with this MAC address and it worked fine. But sometimes later I worked with my service provider and got it restored. So currently it is using, this is actually MAC address, actual MAC address of this particular router. And this is again switch mode. So in switch mode, I mean, you can normally do extensions kind of things. It will not work like a router, it will work like a switch only, where you can connect one particular stable Wi-Fi network to the another one. So it will work like a switch. I hope you understand the functionality between functionality about switch and router. Okay, and third one is the security. So security, again, this is a password only, and that the wireless access control admin password. So here you can change your admin password, whatever the password was asked while logging to the router interface, this IP address, and access control list. So let's see one by one. So block list. If you want to block any particular device, if you know that the MAC address of that particular device, you can block it from here. So let's see. It will show you that the what all devices are connected. You can click and install, then it will block that particular device. This is again that feature was already given on home page, where you had the radio button to click to disable the internet connectivity. And third option, it is actually works like a access control list. Here you can go ahead and enable the details, enable this radio button. Okay, the fourth option, which is the LAN setting, and that LAN setting has a very cool feature, like what are the IP addresses you want to assign. So this actually have the range, IP address range of 192.168.31.31 range. Okay, but again, if you want, you can change it from here. and if you will change it, this will reflect here as well. It will automatically get changed, and it will change for your entire network. So currently by default it is using 192.168.31 dot range, and the 31.1 has been already assigned to the router interface, and the 3, 4, 5, so I mean the 3 IP addresses are reserved, and then after 5 it is being assigned to the different devices. Okay, that last option, which is your status, I mean it will tell you what are the status. You can even update your version. You can update the version of the router, update the logs, factory reset, update. Factory reset you can use whenever you find some issue with your configuration, and we do not have some information. So once you will do the factory reset, it will started working like a new router with respect of the configurations only. And backup and restore. Okay, so you can always take a backup if you find that sometimes you may have the configuration missing, so you can take the backup and restore as well. And system language and the time zone, so you can change the time zone and time as well. Okay, that the last option, which is advanced option, and it will give you really nice features to block based on the IP addresses or to bind the traffic, etc. So again, the first option, that was testing the internet. Here the QS allocations, so let's click here. QS allocations, so quality of services. It will be assigning the bandwidth based on the traffic, what kind of traffic you prefer to go on. So if you play game online, you can prefer the online gaming data to go first, rather than passing this video traffic or web traffic, and prioritize the traffic type, and that traffic will be first passed, and the other traffic will be queued up. Okay, so there are some more options are available, and you can use those options. You can give particular bandwidth to particular device. So suppose there are 5 devices right now connected. It's up to me that what are the bandwidth I want to provide to particular device, so I can allocate bandwidth from this particular option. Okay, so I kept it off because 25 MB of data speed, it's quite enough for me for all the devices, so I have not used these options. But again, if you have lots of device in your network and you want some particular device, device to be prioritized, then, or some particular type of traffic to be prioritized, then I would have used this particular option. And okay, the next option, DHCP, static IP management. Okay, so here you can see that, I mean, yes, we were using the IP range from 192.168.31 dot range, right? We're starting from 5 to till last, but I have binded one IP address to this particular laptop, because I don't want it to be changed. And you know that whenever the laptop or the computer or the mobile phone will be rebooting or will be connecting again and again, then it will be doing release and renew kind of thing, and the IP address will get on change. So if you are doing binding, it will not change the IP address of particular device, so it will bind in with respect to the MAC address of that particular device. Okay, then the next is DONS. Okay, so it's something kind of DNS related thing, where you can give the naming kind of settings. So I'm not too aware about these options. I'm even not. And VPN, so if you try to connect directly to any devices, any VPN to your office network or something, then you can use the VPN settings here. And in additional, okay, so plug and play, I'm not sure that, okay, this is kind of protocols which will work plug and play. Apart of this, there are some options available here, like change the router name. So actually this is router display name, updating, and download the app. So yes, you can download the iOS or Windows or everything. There are apps available, and that can be used to manage this particular router, right? I believe there is one app is available for laptop as well. So I'm trying to download. We'll try to see that how it works. Okay, and that next option is router reboot, and then again sign out. So if you want to do sign out at last, you can do the sign out. So I'm going to do sign out now. Hope this video will help you out to understand about the router inside configurations. So thank you again, and please like and subscribe my channel. Like the video, subscribe my channel if you really like it, and do mention in the comment line if you if you want some more topic to be covered with respect to this particular router, because I'm already using, so I have lots of experience about this router, I will tell you, I will be creating a new video, or I will be answering your concern in the comment line itself. Thank you again.